Please ask me, when did Lisbon feel like home? And to be honest with you, I don't think Lisbon will ever feel like home, but I feel like it will be a home in the sense of it's a home that I created on my own. And I feel like since living in Lisbon, there was never a single moment that made Lisbon, Portugal feel like home. It was like a million different little moments that made Portugal feel like home. And it happened when I wasn't even paying attention. Every place changes us a little. Every person leaves something behind. Every season of life has a story. Welcome to Stories from Somewhere. I'm April Betts. Come with me as we explore the places, people, and moments that shape who we become. I was thinking about something yesterday, and in regards to Portugal feeling like home, I feel like when I first came here, even though I know that I was moving here, it still felt like a vacation a little bit. It was it still had that same vibe and feeling of like, oh, I'm on vacation, but I'm just staying a little longer. But I can tell you, like, for example, I think for the longest time, I was eating like I was on vacation. Like, literally, I was ordering food all the time and going out to restaurants. And I feel like I never really did that much back home. But like I said, when I came here, it's still in the beginning, it felt like a vacation in a sense, but it was not. But what was so interesting about it was that quietly in all these little moments, Portugal showed me that this was home. This was my new home, a home that I am creating from scratch. There was this moment when I first got here, and I had actually never seen my apartment prior to moving here. I had done everything online, so I hadn't actually seen my apartment in person. And when I came here, I saw the apartment, I loved it, and I started to walk the neighborhood. And there's this park right next to that apartment. And immediately, as I walk into the park and I turn the corner, I see this beautiful tree. And it's literally the exact same tree, not the exact same tree, but the same type of tree that was in front of my apartment in Los Angeles that I like loved. I thought it was the most beautiful tree, and I would always talk to the tree and I'm like, "Oh, you're so beautiful, blah blah blah," when I was in LA. And then I get here and I go to the park and there's the tree. I'm like, "Okay, universe, I see you. I see you." I was like, "Okay, wow. Thank you." Because at that moment there were so many things happening in regards for me getting here and everything that I had to go through to get my visa and everything. So it was like in that moment, it was like a sign from the universe that says, "You're home." You're home. I can give you some more examples of how Lisbon has slowly become home and how I've like kind of created this little home. Actually, not too recently, I had been going to this cafe nearby. I've been obsessed with chai lattes lately. So I want to try them like at every cafe. And I recently, well, not recently, but a few months ago, I had to move because of my previous apartment was infested with mold, but we'll get into that another time. So I moved. I'm in a new neighborhood, and of course, I got to explore the neighborhood. So I'm exploring the neighborhood, and for some reason, I'm all of a sudden just want to drink chai lattes. I don't know. I love chai lattes, but for some reason, it's like I moved and it's like I'm on vacation again or something. I don't know. It's so funny. But I started trying all these different cafes, and there's this one cafe that I really liked. And there was one barista at the cafe that she would always help me, and I would always get the same thing. And so she started to recognize me and would say hello and every time I would come in. And actually, one time I saw her outside of the cafe and she waved and said hello. And I was like, oh, she remembered me. And I'm like, oh, and that's just like a little moment that like reminds you, like, you are creating a new home here and you're creating all these different connections. And it's just really beautiful to see another small little moment of something that reminds you that you're creating a new home in a new place is not having to look at the map to know where you're going. Not having to pull out Google Maps. That's like the best feeling ever. And then another thing that's so funny is that this happens even when like I'm on vacation somewhere, but people always like come up and ask me for directions. And this actually happened last night. Oh my gosh, when I was taking Bella out, this lady, like from behind, I like barely like heard her, and I was like, "Oh, she's not talking to me." And she's like kept following me, and I was like, and she's like, "Senora." I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, da, 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 da. She was like looking for the supermarket. I only heard like bits and pieces, and I was like, it was late at night, so not all the supermarkets were open. And it was just like she's like the second person that asked me where the supermarket was. And I don't know, I guess that's a moment in the sense of like, you have this energy of you know where you are, you know where things are, and people can feel that, and they sense that you are, at home. So they're like, "Oh, she knows where everything is." So, yeah, she asked me where things were, and that's that shows me that it reminds me that I am comfortable where I've created a new home. Oh, another thing I love is the sound of the church bells. And I'm not a religious person. I don't go to church, but I'm more spiritual. But I love the sound of the church bells. And if you don't know, church bells are actually very healing. It creates this healing frequency that every time they're hit, it creates a healing frequency for whoever can hear them. And it brings me such like peace and joy when I hear them. And they're throughout the day for different times of the day. And when I hear them, I'm just like, it's like my peaceful face. I can tell you about going to the grocery store. Okay, so the first time I went to the grocery store, it was like, I don't know where anything is. I don't know what anything means. Everything looks foreign. I mean, other than like the way the item looks, if I can see what the item is. So that was very interesting. But once you start to understand the layout of the store, like in the beginning, you don't know where you're going, you don't know where anything is, and you're like trying to find it. I'm using Google Translate to figure out what some items are. And in the States, I would look at the labels and I would read the labels like very diligently. And here, I'm like, I don't know what this means. And then so I have to use Google Translate. And then some of the grocery stores here that I've gone to, like, there's no reception. So I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, we'll figure it out. But now the longer I'm here, it's just like I know the layout of all the grocery stores. So I'm like, I literally like go and get what I need. I'm like, boom, boom, got that, boom, boom, out, in and out. So that's kind of like another example of like how a new place is becoming more like home. Now, after living in Lisbon for a year and a half, you have your favorite walks and different parks and different places that you go when you're feeling a certain way, or when you just want to relax, or if you just want to chill, or if you want to go someplace lively. The longer that you are in a place and it becomes more like home, you have all of these little places that you can go to when you're feeling whatever feeling you're feeling. I have so many favorite parks that I love to go to. Bella has her favorites as well, my dog. And just walking there and finding different ways to go to the park is also quite interesting too, because in the beginning, you look at the map and you're like, okay, this is the way to go. But the more comfortable you get, you start detouring a little bit and finding different routes to the park, and then you end up discovering other things, and then you end up discovering more favorite places to go. And I don't know, it's just it's it's very fun and interesting to see how my life has progressed here, just exploring and finding and learning and adapting. And it's it definitely makes you grow into a more confident and strong person. And it supports you in learning more about yourself and what it is, the things that you like, and what it is, the things that you love to do, and what are the things that brings you joy, you know, the simple things. Another way that you realize that you have created a home and a new place is when you stop counting. And what I mean by that is when you stop counting how long you have lived here. It's no longer in the beginning. It's like, oh, I've been here 2 weeks. Oh, I've been here a month. Oh, I've been here 3 months. Oh, I've been here a year. It gets to a point where you're like, how long have I been here? I don't even know. A friend of mine also recently says, you've only been here a year and a half? I feel like you've been here 5 years. And that right there is a true test of when you are truly making a new place your home. That it's just like, huh? I just live here. And I will leave you with this final moment that I realized that I was no longer visiting. And that was when I bought a car. I bought a car in Portugal. I have a car in Portugal. That's just like, I'm still mind blown about it. And I bought a used car, and someone gave me the idea like, oh, yeah, it's very easy to get a car. And the older cars here are very reliable, and people take really good care of their cars here. So I was like, And I did miss the sense of like the freedom that a car gives you, of just like when you want to go somewhere, you can just drive. You don't have to rent a car or figure out how you're going to get there and how you're going to get back. And another reason I wanted a car was because I have Bella, and some of the transportation here, they aren't so friendly to dogs. It just depends. Like on the bus, I have to put her in a bag. And some of the long haul buses, they don't even allow you to bring a dog, or even if they're in a bag. So that was another thing that made me want to have the freedom of having a car. So I started looking, and I found a really good car. She's older. She's very old. She's a little old, but she's in good condition, and I'm really excited about her. And I'm excited to take some long journeys. We've actually gone on a long trip, not that long, it's like an hour and a half. But I'm excited to take really long trips with her. But yeah, that definitely was a major moment to where I am no longer visiting. I live here. People still ask me, when did Lisbon become home? And I don't think cities ask for permission. They quietly become one familiar street, one coffee shop, the walk to your favorite park, one conversation, or one just ordinary Tuesday. until one day you realize that you belong. Maybe home isn't a place that we come from. Maybe it's a place where we finally begin to recognize ourselves. Maybe you're watching this from a place that you've always called home. Or maybe you're watching it from somewhere where you're just still waiting for it to become familiar. If that's you, I hope that this reminds you that belonging rarely arrives all at once. It grows quietly, one ordinary moment at a time. Until next time, I'll meet you somewhere.